Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever is the moment when you are watching this video. Something different indeed, but I was thinking about you, about iKeysRacing channel, about this strange hobby that less often than before brings me into the shoes of a video maker that I'm not. And I was especially thinking to June 2025 when we will accomplish a 5 years time period spent together watching motorsport events, playing video games about motorsport, when we will approach 5 years of uploading videos, polls, themes, cars chosen together. And I was thinking that I feel very lucky, I feel very gifted from Lady Luck, because never in my life I would have imagined to be a video maker that I'm not anyway. I've never thought to run a YouTube channel talking about a bit of myself, but mainly about my passions. So this hobby is definitely something quite surprising from my point of view. And seeing more than 700 people following this community that I do run too much with just myself and less interacting with you, despite my will. But as said, is a hobby, is something I do follow and think about just in my free time. So really not something I can say it's my job. Nonetheless, you have been so kind to stay with me since ages. You have been so kind to subscribe, to watch videos, to push the like button, to comment. And between June 2020, when the pandemic period in some way put me in the condition to say I will try to stay in contact and to run something with people, allow me to say, like me, petrol heads, motorsport, passionate people, folks with really petrol, diesel or biofuel in their veins instead of just normal and boring blood. And I felt lucky because I've met, at least virtually, people that I would never have met without running this channel. Even if this channel since the beginning was not a thing of Marco, myself, but was just a place where I said to myself, okay, maybe one day we will be big enough to actually become a community as we are today. And if we will grow enough using the excuse of video games, of virtual racing, of devices to make virtual racing more appealing and so on, maybe one day we will do something good. That day hasn't come yet, and maybe will never come. We are anyway more than 700 people, but for YouTube is not enough. And also the viewership is not big enough to become something more powerful from a YouTube economic point of view. My will since the beginning was, if we will ever earn some money, we will do charity, because I have a job, I have a monthly income that if I need something for the computer or for the virtual racing, I can afford it to be purchased with my pocket. I'm not here to make a living out of this hobby. But every time I drive alone to meet my girlfriend, to meet my family, I always think, okay, one day maybe we will do something as a community, as iKeysRacing. I'm not here willing to purchase followers, viewership and so on, but if will happen, I think it must happen together, made together, not just by Marco or just by purchasing an easy set of viewership and followers. So I'm going to ask you also in the community poll if approaching maybe the first 5 years of existence of iKeysRacing, if there is anything I can do, I should do, or we can do, or we should do, more, less, not at all, or entirely. Because I'm not prone to trends, so if there is a video game that everybody play, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to purchase a PlayStation 5 to play Gran Turismo because everybody play Gran Turismo. I did declare actually, since the beginning, my love for retro gaming, whatever it is, the sense of retro, something not trendy, for sure. But more than this, I always watched and saw video games as a tool to tell stories, to tell history, if possible, to tribute something, to remember someone. But I've seen that mainly the majority of content liked, watched, and at least with a comment below are tutorials, tributes, and a bit less pure racing, pure virtual fights, battles, and so on. So I think that approaching June 2025 with 5 years full of iKeysRacing channel community and video uploaded by myself, I think we will complete at least the first phase of this channel, if not the only phase of this channel. Because maybe pure racing should be left with live appointments, and is what I am going maybe to transform in the next 4 months this channel, maybe not. And I would be more, let's say, offline to create documentaries, history, tutorials, whatever, and maybe a bit less racing offline, and with a video edited to be reduced to not keep you in front of a screen for 1 hour and 30 minutes, for example, without a live session. Maybe we can become a community with, allow me to say, shorter videos for the purpose to tell a story, and longer videos if made live, maybe. But you will tell me so, because I think in 5 years we will complete all the themes still opened nowadays around the world in 24 hours, 2 races left, WC 2015 with 3 races left. GT Legends hands-on, a theme that maybe will die. Formula 1 Challenge 1950-2024 Valero Bertolotti edition, talking about the history of the world champions. At the end the theme is "We are the champions," era by era. I mean, IndyCar Racing 2 with Indy Racing League themed 98th edition. We are missing NASCAR for sure. We are missing R Factor 2, Le Mans Unlimited, Assetto Corsa, Automobilista 2, 1 also. What I mean is, so far I have used real retro racing having at least 15 years on its shoulders. GTR2, GT Legends, GP2, GP4, and mainly GTR2 Power and Glory is the main concept behind, the main content behind. Modded, over modded, but just to show with few euros how you can be hooked anyway to a title, a racing title, with almost unlimited possibilities. But at the end, it's the experience, not the graphic, that is the real thing when you play virtually a race car. But I do understand that on YouTube nowadays, if you do not play a title trendy, you do not generate a hype within the YouTube algorithm. If instead we will continue to play our old titles just for the joy to play them, it's okay. I mean, opportunities and possibilities are absolutely almost infinite. In 5 years anyway, we will complete what iKeysRacing is today as a community, as a virtual racing channel. You will tell me what we will become. I'm open to everything, but would be nice if we will decide it together, because then if it will have a success or not will be something we will have made all together. That is my main aim, thinking, and so on, because really I do want to do something with you, also because to do something alone doesn't need a community channel. You just play video games in your caveman, in your room, and that is enough. There's nothing more we have to do, period. So, sorry maybe for being a bit longer as usual. Luckily I am Italian and I do speak too much, very much, but mainly I wanted to find out a sort of, I said, talk and drive moment, just to put ideas on the table, just to anticipate that will happen very soon, to clinch a 5 years work on YouTube altogether. And in my opinion will be very nice to at least approach the next 5 years maybe without doing anything together, decided together, or doing something together for the next 5 years would be very nice, without following trends, without forcing the channel, our community, to be different from what we are, without purchasing followers, viewership, and so on. Just organically, naturally become what is supposed we are going to become together. That would be, I think, a strong leftover also for who will watch maybe in 10 years time this channel, this video, your comments, your likes, and all the content that I try to upload when I have a bit of free time. That's it for the moment, but in June 2025 we will in some way reach a turning point in a way or in another. So stay very well. Best wishes to you all. Remember to stay into keen racing as much as possible. Please take care of yourself and your beloved. And for sure, see you very soon on iKeysRacing channel on YouTube. Bye. Stay very well. Hugs and kisses from Italy. Bye bye. Ciao.